And kicking off the first jam of this game, we have Louisa May Slaycott versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Louisa May Slaycott denied on the inside by Spiky Dikey, trying all angles, looking for the way around these defenders. Has Anaphylaxis Shock got outside recycled, now charging through that inside lane, finding the clear path out for Lee Jammer. Louisa May Slaycott fighting into turn one here. Anaphylaxis Shock finds that space on the inside of turn one, getting out for 4 points. A recycle for Louisa May Slaycott, looking to get through these defenders, trying to push through Bruiser and Mistress Terrible. Anaphylaxis Shock gets out at the start of the second straightaway for 4 points. Louisa May Slaycott working hard here at the back of the pack and making the star pass. Cat Claws now with the star for the Swamp Monsters as the High Peak Howlers pivot is sent to the penalty box. And from the second apex, Anaphylaxis Shock calls off the jam. That is going to be a big 12-0 for the Howlers, first on the scoreboard. And up at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Jake Break. Jammer's trying the inside to get through. Scare Bear pushing through. Mac Daddy out first for lead Jammer. Jake Break also out at the first apex, now on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense getting ready here, heading into the second straightaway. Fleur de Beast coming in with some offense. Scare Bear looking for the inside, held back by Lady J. Jake Break with the small inside recycle. And Penelope Bruise with some offense as a Swamp Monster skater is sent to the penalty box. Scare Bear knocked to the inside, recycled by Lady J. Looks like a directional gameplay penalty, sending another Swamp Monster skater to the box as Jake Break has gotten through for 4 points. Swamp Monsters currently with 2 skaters in the box. And from turn 3, Scare Bear calling off the chain. That is 7-3 Howlers. And we have the Rolling Bones breaking through the center. Out at the first straightaway for Lee Jammer versus Brady Crocker, who has made the star pass to Mistress Terrible. Mistress Terrible getting past Cat Claws. Now out on a scoring pass. Rolling Bones making a run for the outside, finding the clear path around the apex, getting out for 4 points. Howler skaters looking to clear the way. Mistress Terrible with that outside recycle by Victimize to turn 2. The Rolling Bones getting recycled on the outside. Back down the straightaway. Rolling Bones getting out at turn 3 for 4 points. Mistress Terrible recycled on the outside to turn 2 as the Rolling Bones has picked up another 4. Mistress Terrible working on this 2-person wall. Knocked to the inside and recycled. Another 4 for the Rolling Bones, who calls the jam. Big 16-3 for the Swamp Monsters. Catching up on that score differential. And we have Louisa May Slaycut versus Peacock. Peacock made a run for the outside, taking out a defender on the way off for Lead Hammer. Louisa May Slaycut looking to push directly through these three defenders. And making a run for it, getting escorted out by Lady Che, and we have a star pass. Fleur de Beast now with the star for the Swamp Monsters. Peacock recycled on the inside. And a Swamp Monster skater sent to the penalty box. Looks like that was on a track cut. And 4 points for Peacock. Fleur de Beast almost getting through on the inside, getting recycled back to before turn one. Peacock getting some offense from Lady Che. Outside recycle, one more to beat. Gets out on the outside for 4 points. Fleur de Beast getting some offense from Louisa May Slaycut. And Glidezilla. Everybody in a tight knot heading into the second straightaway. Peacock finding the clear space on the outside, getting out for 4 points. Fleur de Beast running into Lady Che on the inside path. Trying to push through Lady Che and Mac Daddy. Fleur de Beast 1 versus 4. And looks like a back block sending Peacock to the penalty box. It will be a power jam for Fleur de Beast. Swamp Monster skaters looking to help break up these Howlers. Hard fought jam. That is 12-0 Howlers. And at the jam line, Scare Bear off to a power start. Swamp Monster skaters looking to pull off a bobsled. Scare Bear almost getting through on the inside, getting recycled. Swamp Monsters looking to block off that defender. Scare Bear getting out at the second straightaway. However, receiving a track cut, Scare Bear sent to the penalty box. It is now a power jam for Peacock. Peacock running into these defenders on the inside. Peacock getting out past Cat Claus. Now on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense setting up right here at turn 4. Peacock getting some offensive assistance. Taking down Cat Claus. Peacock knocked to the inside. His Scare Bear is now out on a scoring pass. Peacock looking to get through. Victimize. Recycled on the inside. Scare Bear almost getting through, getting recycled back to the end of the first straightaway. Peacock 1 versus 4. And a 4-arm block penalty, sending Scare Bear to the penalty box. Another power jam for Peacock. Also a Howler sent to the box. Each team currently down 1 skater. At the last second there, Peacock getting knocked down by Victimize. That will be 4-0 Howlers. And to the jam line, we have Hannah Alexis Shock charging into these defenders. Taking down Fleur de Beast, getting out at the first apex for lead jammer. Scare Bear running into Lady Che on the outside. And a star pass. Glidezilla with the star for the Swamp Monsters, but the jam is over before Swamp Monsters have opportunity to score. Shout out to sponsor Do It Not All By Yourself website development on a budget that doesn't suck. And at the jam line, we have the Rolling Bones versus Jake Break. Jake Break looking for the outside. Trying to center, trying to get through Vic Demise as the Rolling Bones got out at turn one for lead jammer. Jake Break also out and now on a scoring pass. St. Vrain Swamp Monsters looking to clear a path. Rolling Bones getting past Mistress Terrible. Hidden calling off the jam. Four, 3 for the Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Louisa May Slaycott versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker taking down the opposing pivot. Fighting for that inside. Brady Crocker receiving a back block sent to the penalty box. It is a power jam for Louisa May Slaycott. Louisa May Slaycott getting some offense into turn 2. Louisa May Slaycott pushing for the inside, trying to get through Mox Nix. Louisa May Slaycott pushing against these defenders. Trying to get through Lady Che and Mac Daddy. And Brady Crocker breaking through at the first straightaway now on a scoring pass. And a star pass to Glidezilla. Glidezilla with 2 to beat here. Both jammers out. Brady Crocker picking up 4 on that pass. And a track cut penalty sending Glidezilla to the penalty box. It is a power jam for Brady Crocker, who has just picked up another 4 points. Howlers looking to clear a path for Brady. Brady making a move for the inside. Gets denied by Lady Macbeth. And Brady Crocker out at turn 4 for another 4 points. Twelve and 0 Howlers. And we have a team timeout from the Swamp Monsters. Shout out to sponsor Bootstrap Brewing, a kick-ass, independent, family-owned craft brewery right here in Longmont, Colorado. where you'll find us making our highly drinkable, award-winning, delicious craft beers. Visit the Tap Room Brewery in Longmont for live music events, trivia, karaoke, or even a ukulele jam session. And shout out to sponsor Skate Rats, catering to roller derby and all kinds of roller skating and skateboarding. Skate Rats operates out of the heart of downtown Loveland, Colorado, shipping roller derby and skateboard equipment worldwide. Incredible local skate shop, who is also one of the amazing sponsors and tournament vendors. And at the jam line, Hannah the Lexus Shock is off to a power start. Mistress Terrible clearing the way as Anaphylaxis Shock is out for lead jammer. Glidezilla, one more to beat here, taking on Penelope Bruce. Gets through on the inside and is out on a scoring pass. Anaphylaxis Shock looking to get past Victimize, running into Cat Claws and calling off the jam. A 3-0 Howlers. Next up at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Jake Break. Jake Break looking to push through Cat Claws and Victimize. Scare Bear knocking down the final defender, getting past Wayman, out for lead jammer. Jake Break fighting to get through Cat Claws, getting some offense from Mac Daddy. Getting some offense from Lady J. Scare Bear through the inside. And a star pass to Lady J, forcing the call off. That will be 4-0 Swamp Monsters. And we have an official timeout. Shout out to sponsor 300 Suns, a wide selection of drinkable craft beers and a comfortable Longmont brewery that inspires good conversation with good friends. Stop by and pair your beer, cider, wine, or local canned cocktail with scratch-made food in 300 Suns, and pets are welcome. On the deck, and we got the Rolling Bones versus Peacock. Peacock getting past Lady Macbeth on the outside of turn one. Out for lead. Jammer, Rolling Bones getting past Misadventure. Rolling Bones now on a scoring pass. Peacock making a move for the outside. Knocked to the outside and recycled by Lady Macbeth. Hey, from the outside, from turn one, Peacock calls off the jam. What an intense jam. That was 2-1 Howlers. And next up at the jam line, Louisa Mislicott versus Bratty Crocker. Bratty Crocker looking for that inside. Denied by Fresh Out of Flux. The big multi-skater spill. And looks like a back block penalty has sent Cat Claws to the penalty box as Louisa May Slay caught us out for lead. Jammer. Brady Crocker making the star pass to Lady J. Louisa May Slaycott from the second straightaway calls off the jam. And that is 4-0 Swamp Monsters. Love to see the fist bump at the jam line. Love to see the camaraderie. And we have an official timeout. Shout out to sponsor Spirit Hound Distillery. The Spirit Hound embodies the passion for the new and the bold, inspired by the insatiable curiosity and boundless optimism of dogs. Spirit Hounds are ardent seekers of purity, quality, and perhaps above all, the best experiences life has to offer. The Spirit Hound never settles. Its nose belongs in the wind, attuned to sense and eager to explore new possibilities. Maybe you're like us. Maybe you too have the same insatiable appetite for discovery. And we have Scare Bear versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Scare Bear with the outside recycle. And Anaphylaxis Shock recycled outside by Lady Macbeth. Scare Bear looking to push through. Mistress Terrible gets past the final defender on the inside of the first apex. Out for lead jammer. Lady Macbeth with another inside recycle of Anaphylaxis Shock. Scare Bear working on this two-person wall, making a move for the inside, getting out for 4 points, and a store pass forcing Scare Bear to call off this jam. Before Penelope Bruce had opportunity to score, and that will be 4-0 Swamp Monsters. And an official timeout. Shout out to Long's Peak Pub. Mountain Sun has been serving up craft beer, great food, and good vibes since opening their first pub on Pearl Street in 1993. Long's Peak Pub, their Longmont spot since 2014, carries on that tradition with jumbo wings, burgers, wood-fired pizzas, hand-cut fries, and plenty of gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian options. Long's Peak Pub is a downtown Longmont favorite. And we have the Rolling Bones right away, getting past Lady Che on the outside for lead jammer. Jake Break taking on Victimize. Getting through on the inside of the first apex. Jake Break now on a scoring pass. The Rolling Bones recycled to the outside by Wayman. Rolling Bones prevented by MacDaddy on that outside line. Looking to get through Wayman, MacDaddy, and Lady Che. Jake Break recycled on the outside. Back to the first apex as the Rolling Bones is through for 4 points. Jake Break making the star pass. Wayman now with the star for the Howlers. The Rolling Bones evading on the outside for 4 points and calling off the jam. That's going to be 8-0 Swamp Monsters, and we have a team timeout from the Howlers. Moved into an official timeout. Shout out to Hoplock, non-alcoholic craft brews, teas, and waters hopped and crafted just like beer. All of the hoppy flavor without the calories, sugar, or alcohol. Gluten-free, alcohol-free, keto-friendly, vegan, non-GMO. Clean, simple ingredients, winner of numerous Best New Beverage Awards. Try some today. And at the jam line, we have Louisa May Slaycott versus Brady Crocker. Louisa May Slaycott getting out past Spiky Dikey. Heffley Jammer. Directional gameplay penalty. Each team now with one skater in the penalty box. Brady Crocker is on a scoring pass. Louisa May Slaycott held up by Spiky Dikey and Penelope Bruce calling off the jam. That's going to be 3-3. At the jam line, Scare Bear versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Anaphylaxis Shock trying to get through Cat Claws and victimize an Ultra Ego. Scare Bear facing off against Mac Daddy and the pivot. Anaphylaxis Shock is out for lead jammer. Anaphylaxis Shock evading around the outside of Ultra Ego, getting out at turn 2 for 4 points. Scare Bear taking on Lady J. Scare Bear with the outside recycle. Anaphylaxis Shock getting out past Victimize. That's going to be 8-0 Howlers. Next up at the jam line, the Rolling Bones versus Jake Break. Jake Break looking for the outside, running into Terror Tot. And the Rolling Bones is out for lead jammer, and a star pass to Penelope Bruce. The Rolling Bones crashing through Mistress Terrible and Spiky Dikey for 4 points. Outside recycle for Penelope Bruce. Knocked down on the inside by Fleur de Beast. Fleur de Beast sent to the penalty box on a directional gameplay. Love to see the high five on the way out between the opposing teams. Love to see the camaraderie. And then that was 8-4 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Louisa May Slaycott versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker, clear path on the outside, no opposition, getting out for lead jammer. Louisa May Slaycott taking on Mac Daddy, Misadventure, and Wayman. Brady Crocker, 1 versus 3. Denied on that outside path by Cat Claws. Now looking to get past Victimize. Louisa May Slaycott fighting for that inside, trying to get past the Wayman. Brady Crocker running through the inside past the Victimize, out for 4 points. Louisa May Slaycott getting some offense from the Swamp Monsters. And Brady Crocker threw for 4 as Fleur de Beast has taken a star pass. Fleur de Beast taking on Misadventure and Mac Daddy. Brady Crocker with the outside recycle by Faresh out of flux. Back to turn 3. Hard fought jam. That is 10-0 Howlers. I see the shout out in the chat there from Mac Daddy. Everybody make sure to shout out your favorite skaters, shout out your favorite teams, and let us know where you're tuning in from. Always love to see the support coming in from the fans, the families, and the friends. And we have Scare Bear moving this defense down the straightaway. And Anaphylaxis Shock out for lead jammer. Scare Bear. Scare Bear making a run for the inside. Finds the clear path. Both jammers are out with Anaphylaxis Shock scoring 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready, heading into the second straightaway, and from turn 1, Anaphylaxis Shock has called off the jam. That will be for Howlers. Next up at the jam line, Ultra Ego versus Jake Break. Ultra Ego right away, tiptoeing out on the outside, getting out for lead jammer. Jake Break looking to get past Cat Claus and fresh out of flux. And star pass to Lady Che. Ultra Ego with 4 points. And 4 points for Lady Che. Ultra Ego with a reverse move from the outside of the second straightaway, calls off the jam. That's going to be 6-4 Howlers. At the jam line, Louisa May Slaycott versus Peacock. Peacock right away, running past Victimize on the outside, out for lead jammer. Louisa May Slaycott taking on Penelope Baruz. Taking on Mistress Terrible, Spiky Dyke, and Bruiser on Hammerstein. Peacock looking for the way through these 4 defenders. Looking to push directly through, trying all angles. Both teams' defense holding down super solid. Bruiser coming in for some offense. Peacock fighting past Victimize on the inside. And Peacock is out for 4 points. Louisa May Slaycott fighting down the second straightaway here as Peacock was recycled back to the first apex. And a star pass to Glidezilla. Peacock out for 4 points and from the second apex, calling off the champ. Eight-0 jam for the Howlers as we head into Intermission, everybody out there, make sure to hydrate, feed your dogs and cats, grab some snacks, and we will see you in about 14-ish minutes. Everybody, welcome back, and thank you again for tuning in with us here at the Boulder County Fairgrounds. Again, this is the last game of the first day of 2025 Beast Brawl, and it is the home team championship to decide which team will take the giant, shiny, live bold, bleed gold belt until next year. And these two teams fighting for the championship are the St. Vrain Swamp Monsters and the High Peak Howlers. And once again, I am your announcer, Iron Lung. Love to see the fist bump there at the jam line. Love to see the camaraderie between the two teams. And kicking off the second half of this championship game, we have Scare Bear versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Scare Bear fighting against Bruiser and Penelope Bruise, both bruises. Anaphylaxis Shock looking to push through. Cat Claws victimize, fresh out of flux. Anaphylaxis Shock finding the path on the inside, getting off a lead jammer. Scare Bear fighting through turn 2. Scare Bear with a small outside recycle. And Anaphylaxis Shock out at the start of the second straightaway for 4 points. And a star pass. Ultra Ego currently with the star for the Swamp Monsters. However, from just before turn 3, Anaphylaxis Shock is called the jam. That will be 4-0 Howlers. Next up at the jam line, the Rolling Bones versus Shake Break. The Rolling Bones right away running out on the outside, getting past Lady J. Out for lead jammer. Double lead jammer for a second there. And a store pass to Wayman. Wayman with the star for the Howlers. The Rolling Bones, 2 to beat here. Taking down Macadaddy. Quick but intense jam. That will be 4-1 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Louisa May Slay caught versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker right away finds a clear path on the outside, gets out for lead jammer. Louisa May Slay caught fighting for that inside path, looking to get past Penelope Bruise. Brady Crocker evading on the outside, getting past Lady Macbeth. And a store pass. Ultra Ego forcing the call off. That's going to be 4-0 Howlers. Next up at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Anaphylaxis Shock taking on Victimize. Scare Bear knocked to the inside, and a forearm block penalty has been called, sending Wayman to the box. As Anaphylaxis Shock is out for lead jammer. Coast by the outside, unopposed. And calls off the jam. That will be 4-0 Howlers. Next up at the Cham line, the Rolling Bones versus Jake Break. The Rolling Bones. Clear path on the outside right away out for lead jammer. Jake Break trying to get past Cat Claws. Trying to get, taking down Ultra Ego. The Rolling Bones tiptoeing the outside line, taking on Spiky Dikey, getting through on the inside of turn 1 for 4 points. And a star pass to Wayman. Wayman taking on Cat Claws. Lady McDeath. As the Rolling Bones is through for 4. Looked like a forearm penalty was called, sending Cat Claws to the box. And Lady McDeath also in the box. Swamp Monsters down 2 skaters as from turn 1, the Rolling Bones has called off the jam. That will be 10-0 Swamp Monsters. And a team timeout from the Howlers. Shout out once again to sponsor Skate Rat Skate Shop, catering to roller derby and all kinds of roller skating and skateboarding. Skate Rats operates out of the heart of downtown Loveland, Colorado, shipping roller derby and skateboard equipment worldwide. Incredible local skate shop. And once again, one of our amazing sponsors here at the tournament. Shout out to sponsor Do It Not All By Yourself. Website development on a budget that doesn't suck. Next up at the Cham line, Louisa May Slaycott versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker getting some offense from Mac Daddy. Getting past Glidezilla on the outside. Helpfully Chammer. Louisa May Slaycott making the star pass to Glidezilla. Glidezilla getting out past Mac Daddy. Now on a scoring pass. However, looks like a back block penalty, sending a Howler to the penalty box. And now from the outside of the first apex, jam has been called. Love to see the high five on the way out there. Next up at the Cham line, Scare Bear versus Hannah of Alexis Shock. Lady McDeath coming to clear the way for Scare Bear. Scare Bear recycled on the outside. And up Alexis Shock looking to push directly through. Victimize Ultra Ego and Cat Claws. Spiky Dikey coming in for some offense. Scare Bear working on this 3-person wall. Offense from Lady McDeath. Both teams' defense holding down solid. A high block penalty has been called, sending Cat Claws to the box as Alexis Shock is out for the Chammer. Scare Bear fighting for that inside line. And has made a star pass. Ultra Ego with the star. And from the end of the second straightaway, and Alexis Shock has taken 4 points and called off the jam. Okay, and it looks like the refs have given a track cut to Ultra Ego. Swamp Monsters are going to start with 2 skaters in the box. And Jake Break with a power start. Offense coming in from Lady J. Back block, sending Jake Break to the penalty box. And with the jammer swap, Ultra Ego now getting some offense from Cat Klaus and Fleur de Beast. Ultra Ego looking to get past Wayman. Looking to get past Mac Daddy. An Annihilation. Glidezilla coming in for some offense. Jake Break crashing into the Swamp Monsters defenders. Inside recycle for Ultra Ego. Ultra Ego tiptoeing the outside, denied by Mac Daddy. Jake Break with one to beat here, taking on Fleur de Beast. Looks like a directional gameplay penalty, sending Glidezilla to the box. As Ultra Ego is taking lead, Jammer Jake Break also out on a scoring pass. Ultra Ego fighting for the outside, denied by Wayman. Hard fought jam here. That's going to be 3-0 Swamp Monsters. And we have an official timeout. Once again, shout out to sponsor Bootstrap Brewing, a kick-ass independent family-owned craft brewery right here in Longmont, Colorado, where you'll find us making our highly drinkable, award-winning, delicious craft beers. Visit the Tap Room Brewery in Longmont for live music events, trivia, karaoke, or even a ukulele jam session. Next up at the jam line, we have the Rolling Bones versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker making a run for the outside, getting past Lady Macbeth. Out for lead, Jammer. The Rolling Bones pulling a slide on the way out, also out on a scoring pass. Brady Crocker cleared through the inside with that offensive help from Mistress Terrible for 4 points and calling off that jam. That's going to be 4-0 Howlers. Next up at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Lady J coming in with offense. Anaphylaxis Shock finding the clear outside path out for lead Jammer. Scare Bear with 2 to beat, getting an inside recycle by Wayman. Fleur de Beast coming in, trying to break up the defenders. Scare Bear finding that inside path. Out at turn 2, now on a scoring pass. Anaphylaxis Shock getting past Fleur de Beast. Out for 3 points. And Scare Bear forcing that call off. That's going to be 3-0 Howlers. We have a team timeout from the Swamp Monsters. Shout out to our streaming expertise right here, B-Roll. Heading up Pitezer Productions, we specialize in dynamic, high-quality live video productions, multi-camera setups, live graphics, and flawless live streaming. We turn your event into a broadcast-ready experience, whether it's a corporate conference, concert, or live streaming a derby event. Let us handle the tech. You focus on the moment. At the jam line, Ultra Ego versus Jake Break. Ultra Ego trying the lateral movement, looking for the way around, trying to get through Bruiser, trying to get through Penelope Baruz, making a run for the outside, runs into Lady J. And Penelope Baruz stays inside the line, getting out at the first apex for lead jammer. Jake Break fighting hard at the back of the pack here. And making the star pass to Penelope Bruce. Ultra Ego taking on this two-person wall, taking down Spiky Dikey, taking on Lady J. Taking down Lady J on the way out for 4 points. Penelope Bruce. Intense 4-4 jam. At the jam line, Scare Bear versus Brady Crocker. Brady Crocker looking to push through Glidezilla, Lady Macbeth, and Fleur to Beast. Scare Bear with that outside recycle, facing off against Mac Daddy and Annihilation and Misadventure. Brady Crocker running into Glidezilla on the outside, getting a knock to the outside by Fleur de Beast. Brady Crocker taking down some defenders on the way out past Fleur de Beast. Out for lead, Jammer. Scare Bear fighting through the first apex, moving these three defenders into turn 2. And Brady Crocker taking down Glidezilla on the way out for 3 points. And the star pass to Glidezilla. Glidezilla 1 versus 4. 1 versus 1. Gets out around the outside of Annihilation. Each team looks like Annihilation and Scare Bear sent to the penalty box at the last moment. Next up at the jam line, the Rolling Bones versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Anaphylaxis Shock looking to get through, victimize Lady Macbeth and Cat Claus. The Rolling Bones running through the inside, finding a clear path out for the jammer hand. And Anaphylaxis Shock working here at turn 1. The Rolling Bones finding the way out around the outside. And it looks like an illegal procedure has sent Anaphylaxis Shock to the penalty box. The Rolling Bones crashing into this tripod, tiptoeing the inside, but does not make it through, denied by Lady Che. The Rolling Bones making a run for the outside, knocked to the outside by Wayman. Cat Claws and Scare Bear coming in for some offense. Rolling Bones almost doing some leapfrog. Rolling Bones recycled to the outside. What an intense jam. That's going to be 8-0 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Ultra Ego versus Peacock. Ultra Ego looking for their way past Spiky Dikey and Mac Daddy. Peacock running into Clydezilla. Mac Daddy giving chase, but Ultra Ego is out for the jammer. Peacock getting past Fleur de Beast. And making the star pass. Mac Daddy now with the star for the Howlers. However, from that outside line of turn one, Ultra Ego calls the jam. That will be 2-0 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Jake Break. Jammer's trying opposite sides to get through. Scare Bear looking to get through. Mac Daddy, Mistress Terrible, and Wayman. A multiplayer penalty block sending Victimize to the penalty box. Jake Break fighting Cat Claws for that inside path. Currently tapped to the outside by Fresh out of flux. Scare Bear with the inside recycled by Wayman. Jake Break recycled to the inside. Scare Bear with one more to beat here. Forces the release from Mac Daddy. Helpfully jammer Jake Break also out on a scoring pass. Everybody in a tight cluster here heading into the second straightaway. Scare Bear running into that defense on the outside and calling off the champ. That's going to be 1-0 Swamp Monsters. That's going to be 2-0 Swamp Monsters. And next up at the jam line, the Rolling Bones versus Bratty Cracker. Bratty Cracker running into Fleur de Beast and Victimize. Finds the clear path on the inside, makes a run for it, is out for lead jammer. The Rolling Bones with that footwork run through the inside, now out on a scoring pass. Bratty Crocker knocked to the outside, recycled, and from the outside of the first straightaway, calls off the jam. That is 1-0 Swamp Monsters. In a team timeout from the Howlers. Shout out to Saps, nature's sports drink, inspired by the idea of returning the electrolyte drink to its roots. Saps is filled with 1,900 milligrams of electrolytes, no added sugar, 20 different functional ingredients, including 3 key adaptogens to support cognition and inflammation. It is thoughtfully designed to help you replenish what you lose from a workout and recover from whatever life throws at you. Coming in at just 25 calories per 16-ounce serving and packaged in an aluminum can, Saps is the healthy electrolyte drink of the future with a perfect dose of the past. All right, and at the jam line, we have Ultra Ego versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Ultra Ego with 2 more to beat here, heading into turn 1. Anaphylaxis Shock almost making it through on the inside, getting recycled by Lady Macbeth. Ultra Ego, 2 more to beat here, gets through Spiky Dikey and Mac Daddy out for lead jammer. Anaphylaxis Shock making the star pass to Lady J, who has gotten out around the outside of Cat Claws. Now on a scoring pass. Ultra Ego taking on Mac Daddy, taking on Wayman. From the second Apex is called off the chain. That will be 4-0 Swamp Monsters. And official timeout. Shout out to sponsor El Dorado Natural Spring Water. El Dorado Springs' mission is to create a better life for the customers by providing high-quality natural spring water, fostering community engagement, and promoting sustainability. This commitment involves delivering the world's best water, investing in environmentally friendly practices like using recycled plastic and solar power, and actively supporting local nonprofits and customers within the service area. And at the jam line, Scare Bear versus Jake Break. Jake Break looking to push through. Fleur Beast. Glidezilla and victimizes. Scare Bear has broken out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Jake Break with the inside recycle. Looking to get through Fleur Beast and victimize and Glidezilla. Scare Bear getting some offense from Lady Macbeth. And a star pass. Penelope Bruce with the start, forcing the call off. That's going to be 4-0 for the Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, the Rolling Bones versus Brady Crocker. The Rolling Bones coast around the outside of Mac Daddy, getting off the lead jammer. Spiky Dikey helping to clear the path. Brady Crocker falling down, and 1 versus Cat Claws, forcing the release out of the second straightaway. Now on a scoring pass, the Rolling Bones running into Wayman on that inside line. And Brady Crocker forcing the call off. That's going to be 3-0 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the jam line, Glidezilla versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Glidezilla looking to push directly through these defenders. 2 to beat here. Looking to get through Lady Che and Penelope Bruce. Anaphylaxis Shock trying to get around Cat Claws. And Glidezilla out for lead jammer. And full access shock out at the second straightaway. Now on a scoring pass. Glidezilla crashing into these defenders. And calling off the chain. Two and 0 Swamp Monsters. Next up at the channel line, Scare Bear versus Jake Break. Scare Bear taking on Spiky Dikey and Mac Daddy. Jake Break finding that space on the inside. Helpfully Chammer. Scare Bear making a run for it past Mac Daddy. Now on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the second straightaway. Jake Break coasting around the outside. No opposition for 4 points and calling off the jam. And that's going to be 4 and 4. Next up at the cham line, the Rolling Bones versus Peacock. Peacock fighting for that inside path. Rolling Bones trying all angles here. Trying to get past Bruiser. Both jammers held back on that inside line. Rolling Bones looking to push directly through Lady Che. Annihilation. And Penelope Bruise. Rolling Bones out for lead Chammer. Peacock fighting hard here at turn 1 and making the star pass to Lady Che. The Rolling Bones crashing right through the defenders for 4 points and calling off the champ. That is 4-0 Swamp Monsters. Love to see the high five at the cham line. Love to see the camaraderie. Next up at the cham line, Glidezilla versus Anaphylaxis Shock. Glidezilla versus the pivot, looking to get through Mac Daddy and Wayman. Anaphylaxis Shock taking those empty inches on the outside, getting out for lead Chammer. Glidezilla finding the clear path from that offense from Fleur de Beast. Glidezilla now out on a scoring pass. And Anaphylaxis Shock 2 to beat here. Held back by Lady Macbeth. And from turn 3, calling off the chain. That is 2-0 Howlers. Next up at the cham line, Scare Bear versus Brady Crocker. Lady J looking to help clear a path. Scare Bear looking to get past Penelope Bruise, trying to get through Mac Daddy. And Bruiser, victimize. Looking to break up these defenders. A high block penalty, sending Cat Claws to the box as Scare Bear is recycled on the inside. Still fighting against Mac Daddy. Bruiser and Penelope Bruise. Brady Crocker getting out on the inside of Victimize. Out for lead Chammer. Lady Macbeth, Victimize coming in for some offense. And the star pass to Victimize. Brady Crocker clear path on the inside of the first Apex, out for 4 points. Victimize working hard here, fighting into turn 2. Scare Bear coming in for some offense. Brady Crocker crashing into these defenders, looking to get around Cat Claws and Terror Tot. Victimize out on a scoring pass. Brady Crocker out for 4 points. And from the second straightaway, calling off the champ. That's going to be 8-0 Howlers. Next up at the, looks like we have an official timeout. Shout out to sponsor 9 Watt Market, a family-owned and operated grocery store in 9 Watt, Colorado. Established in 2002, run by the Steele family. 9 Watt Market is one of the few locally owned markets in the area, offering a neighborhood feel. They strive to always provide the best produce and the best meats for you and your family. I love to see the enthusiasm, love to see the energy. And we have the Rolling Bones versus Jake Break. Jake Break getting some offense from Mistress. Terrible. Jake Break finding that clear path on the inside, running out the pack for lead jammer. Rolling Bones recycled on the outside by Wayman. Taking on Wayman and Annihilation and Spiky Dikey. Jake Break recycled on the outside. And star pass to Fleur de Beast. Fleur de Beast held back on that outside by Wayman and Mr. Terrible. Now getting out around the outside of Spiky Dikey. Fleur de Beast now on a scoring pass. Jake Break running into the Rolling Bones on that inside path, getting some assistance from Wayman. And from turn 3, Jake Break calling off the champ. We have, looks like we got a team timeout from the Swamp Monsters. Shout out to Solana Studios. Solana Studios, passionate about our community, love and adore our clients. Providing high quality, hypoallergenic jewelry is our jam. Whether it's permanent jewelry, fashion jewelry, or piercing jewelry, love helping clients to find their own unique personal style. We can curate a look for you and love doing it. We also offer micro-channeling in the studio, which is a great way to induce collagen and elastin production. Great for face, scars, and stretch marks. Even can help with hair loss and literally regrowth. Here, we will give you the glow you never knew you needed. Let us adorn you. And that is right. We are in the final, approaching the final moments of this championship game. One of these teams is going to go home with the giant, shiny, live bold, bleed gold championship belt. All right, and we are starting this jam with Jake Break in the penalty box. Louisa May Slaycott with a power start. Looks like the Swamp Monsters might be setting up for a bobsled. Louisa May Slaycott, 1 versus 4, 1 versus 3. Cat Claws and company coming in for some offense, trying to break up these Howlers. Louisa May Slaycott making a run for the inside, getting past Lady J, out for Lee Jammer. Jake Break getting past Lady McDeath, looking to get through Cat Claws, looking to get through Victimize and Fleur de Beast. Louisa May Slaycott with the outside, recycled by Penelope Bruise. Denied on the inside by Penelope Bruise, trying to get through Mac Daddy and company. 1 versus 3 into the first apex. Jake Break has 2 to beat here. Held back on the inside by Victimize and Cat Claws and Lady McDeath. Everybody in a tight cluster here heading into turn 3. Louisa May Slaycott getting out past Penelope Bruise for 4 points. And star pass to Lady J, who's got him out past Cat Claws. Lady J now on a scoring pass. Intense final jam. That was 5-0 Swamp Monsters. Love to see the hugs, the congratulations between the 2 teams. Love to see the camaraderie. All right, your final score for the game. St. Vrain Swamp Monsters 119. High Peak Howlers 159. High Peak Howlers are now the current Boulder County Roller Derby home team champions. They have won the giant, shiny, Live Bold, Bleed Gold championship belt. What an amazing game, hard fought by both teams. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow for the final day of 2025 Boost Brawl. Once again, I've been your announcer, Iron Lung. Good night, and thank you.